truth is hard to swallow. I think I'll chew it. What happened if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow. I think I'll chew it. What happened if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow. I think I'll chew it. What happened if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow. I think I'll chew it.
Oh my gosh. Let me make sure my microphone is working, okay? The more and more stuff that comes out about Diddy, Cuba Gooding Jr., like it's too much. It literally is too much. The stuff that is coming out about all of them. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for Diddy. He done sold off Revolt TV. That's no more. He done pulled Russell Simmons. And he done went somewhere where you can't be extradited, allegedly. Russell thought he was slick and he wouldn't be extradited. And that he was untouchable in Bali. They done served his ass papers today. It looked like you're not that untouchable. So it's going down, y'all. It's going down. Russell Simmons was tracked down in Bali and served with legal docs by Accuser in Bali. I never even knew that was possible. Yesterday, information was released that music mogul Russell Simmons was tracked down in Bali and served with legal docs from Drew Dixon, a woman who has accused him of sexual assault. Processor, server, Daniel, located him at a health and wellness resort, an establishment owned by Simmons. So Russell already started, Russell established his own company and business out there in Bali, huh? He was like, look, if I'm going to be out here where you can't touch me in the U.S., I might as well put some bread up in in Bali so I can start making some money over here. So he established his own wellness center over there. So he's been served. It looks like he has been served papers. Simmons appeared to have been caught off guard upon being served and reportedly quickly dropped the envelope on the table saying, effing shish. A lawsuit was filed by Drew Dixon, a former Def Jam recording employee, accusing Simmons of defamation related to her allegations of being the R word. What is it? Forced intimacy. That's what we're going to use. By him in 1995. Gosh damn. 1995. We in 2024. Okay, but it is what it is. Whenever it happened, you want justice. I get it. So Drew Dixon argues that Simmons launched an aggressive campaign to undermine her credibility, along with the, forced intimacy claims made by 6 other, cheese and bread, 6 other women? Okay. Russell, you doing too much. The legal complaint highlights an instant in a December podcast where Simmons is accused of attempting to humiliate Drew Dixon, labeling her dishonest in an effort to further tarnish her reputation globally. Simmons, during the podcast, denied being aggressive in any relationship, asserting all his encounters were consensual. I guess so, but wasn't Kimora like 15 when you were lusting after her on the runway? Okay. He suggested the accusers might be after fame. Really? And you think this is the way they wanted to go about it, by accusing you of molesting on all of them? Okay. highlighting the disproportion between the number of his sexual partners and the accusers. If you slept with as many people as I slept with, did he really just go there? You know what? These men ain't ish. Did he really just go there? He said, if you count the number of people he slept with, do you know what the number he is saying? It's in the thousands, y'all. It's in the thousands. That's right. He is saying it's in the thousands of sexual partners he has had. Wow. And we're talking about 6 people. Simmons commented on the In Depth with Graham Basinger podcast. The lawsuit claims Simmons persisted in defaming Dixon up to January 2024. That was just a few months ago. But he's saying, I've had thousands of partners, and you want to talk to me about 6 people? Like, really? So these 6 disgruntled people, that's what you want to talk about? Not the thousands of people I've laid up with and passed my wrinkled wiener on to? Look, these celebrities are sons of witches, I tell you. He really said this. Now, Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer criticizes searches of musicians' home. So the lawyer is finally about time we get to hear from Diddy's lawyer, right? We are finally hearing from Diddy's lawyer, and let's hear what he got to say. Attorney for Sean Diddy Combs, who is the target of a federal investigation, has spoken out about the searches that took place at 2 other musicians' homes on Monday. Now, y'all, they searched both his homes, one in Miami, right, and one in was it California? Do y'all think that while searching his home, do you think that they actually found any evidence from all those years ago? Is Diddy really that stupid that he's going to keep all this evidence on video and pictures and video and all types of evidence and illegal drugs and all of that stuff? Do you think Diddy is that damn dumb, knowing full well that they have been sniffing around him for as long as they've been sniffing around him, that he kept all that evidence? Yes or no? Do you think he kept all that evidence? Yes or no? Or do you think he dumped that evidence out? I'm thinking he dumped that damn evidence out, y'all. I think he did. Well, let's continue on, okay? Aaron, of all names for his lawyer, Aaron Dyer. Diddy's attorney says in a statement to CNN yesterday, there was a gross overuse of military-level force as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residences. There is no excuse for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way his children and employees were treated. Y'all, where is Quincy? Okay, I'm getting distracted. Authorities searched... Oh, shut up, phone. You always get a booty call when you're busy. That's what people want to call you. Phone be dry any other time, but as soon as you're doing something, hey, what you doing? Off topic like a mug. My bad. Anyways, way. So the lawyer is talking about how, his children were handcuffed. I thought that was kind of weird. Like, why was Diddy's kids handcuffed? But then I thought about it. Wasn't one of them kids responsible allegedly for, pow-powing, having a weapon and almost unaliving one of his friends? So maybe handcuffs are needed for these mofos. Authorities searched Combs' homes on Monday because he is a target of a federal investigation carried out by a Department of Homeland Security team that handles human trafficking crimes. Is this because of Cassie Ventura's case, which was settled out of court? She got her 30, 50 something $million or something, however much $100 million that she got out of her Diddy. Is that because of that? Did she say there was other people that were trafficking, or is this just solely about her? Those are the questions that I gotta ask. Like, was he really running a whole entire trafficking ring all this time? And were those girls at the white party that he used to throw all the time? And all them freak-out parties that he used to have? Where Cat Williams was talking about, all those rooms and stuff and the different rooms people go to. Look, I had a video up a long time ago when I first got on YouTube talking about a party that my friend who does Hollywood celebrities in Calabasas. That's how I know inside, like the Kardashians dating witches. There's some other chicks up in Hollywood that I could tell you that are legit high-ranking high priestess witches. You would not believe who they are. Like, these are the million. These are like the upper echelon elite actresses, Hollywood actresses. Some of these guys that you see in these movies, and you keep wondering, like, why are they in every damn movie? Warlocks. Yeah, high-ranking. They be doing all type of damn sacrifices and stuff like that to keep their little edge in Hollywood. But Kardashian, they just use manifestation powers. They're really good at it. They know how to sell sex. Straight up, they know how to sell their bodies, like image, everything. They sell their souls, whatever they got to do to maintain their fame. But they're not witches. But any which way. So my people, she does makeup for people. And I had reported on a party where they were doing sacrifices, like animal sacrifices at this party. But somebody contacted me and told me take that down. I've been contacted a few times, like one for Corinne Steffens, millionaire man that she was messing with that almost committed almost unalived himself from New York. Got contacted from his lawyer. Take that video down about discussing him with her. So these people, they don't play no games. So let me continue on. Them parties ain't no joke. I don't know what kind of, Puffy's parties are a little bit different. You don't have them sacrifices, kind of things like that there at this party. It's more of, freaking off and orgies and getting high and that kind of stuff and free love and, all of that. and like seeing, like, bis and stuff, bisexuals and stuff like that. But, okay. So the trafficking thing, I'm kind of wondering, like, is this about Cassie, or is this like he's really trafficking other people? That's some crazy-ish. The probe is being led by the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. Damn, New York's reach is that far? You're in Miami? And Cali? Okay. And carried out by the Department of Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, Transnational Organized Crime Division. The official told CNN HSI is responsible for investigating transnational crime and threats, including human trafficking, terrorism, narcotic smuggling, and other organized criminal activities. Now, the investigation stems from many of the same allegations. I'm going to say forced assault allegations put forth in several civil lawsuits against Combs. According to a second law enforcement source familiar with the Monday searches, Combs has previously denied those allegations. Heavily armed teams of HSI agents searched Combs' home in Los Angeles and the Miami area Monday. Some riding in armored vehicles, in part because authorities believed Combs' employees are armed private security that are prepared at his residence. Agents were processing paperwork on card tables outside the Miami area home, and mobile command post vehicles were visible at both properties. Agents were authorized to search for documents, phones, computers, and other electronic devices that hold data and video. I don't know, maybe I'm like, is Diddy really one of those celebrities that would actually record him doing something and then like to rewatch it back over and over again, like some bloopers reel? Is he one of those type of people? Because I don't know, like if a smart person is a person that if you do some crime and you don't want to do the time, you would get rid of the evidence and put it in a damn fireplace and let that issue burn. You would tear it up. You let it, get soaked in alcohol, light a bonfire outside in the back, incinerate that stuff. You're not keeping no video evidence and stuff like that. Like, seriously. But who knows? A law enforcement source early said that they're not allowed to say, exactly what kind of evidence that they took out the home, but something was taken out the home. Ooh, something was taken out the home. Okay, so Sean's lawyer says Combs was never detained during the searches, but spoke to and cooperated with authorities. Okay, so the whole making it seem like Diddy was on the run and he wasn't in contact with these people and didn't know what was popping off. He was very much so well aware of the situation. Well, damn, why didn't he tell his damn kids? Hello? Why didn't he tell his kids that his home was about to be searched, y'all? Are you serious? He knew and was cooperating with authorities and everybody. So how the hell did his kids end up in handcuffs? They shouldn't have been at that house. Or is it just me? What you think? I want to say thank you for the 50 people rocking with me on Twitter. Okay. Hey, y'all. And thank you for everybody who's rocking with me on YouTube. I appreciate it, y'all. But how come he let his kids get caught up in the mess and then, tell his kids to not be at the house? Wouldn't you do that? Ooh, you was a hot mess. Despite media speculation, neither Combs nor any of his family members have been arrested, nor has their ability to travel been restricted in any way. So Diddy is free to roam. So everybody who made it look like he was on the run, I'm on the run. I was about to play the song. He's a runner. He's a track star. He gonna run away when it get hard. No, he didn't do any of that. He left freely. So he's able to come and go as he please right now. He's not restricted. So make it look like, oh my God, his plane was spotted here. His black private plane was spotted here and he's escaping and this, that, and that. So don't be extra. He's free to travel. Okay. This is unprecedented ambush paired with an advanced coordinated media presence led to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in some civil lawsuits. There has been no findings of criminal or civil liability with any of the allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. Y'all, do you think Diddy gonna end up in jail? Yes or no? I mean, seriously, real talk, y'all. Do you think Diddy will end up in jail? Do you? Do you think he'll end up in jail? Will he actually end up serving time, or will this all because of his power? Will he be able to just pay a fine, pay some money off to these people, and call it a day? Because him selling Revolt TV frees up a lot more cash flow for this man. If he does decide to, if things are going left, dip out and run, he got the cash flow now. He done liquidated some money now that if he did choose to go on the run, or he did choose to pay things off, he can do so. And they said that this Revolt TV was sold to a private buyer. This means he could still own Revolt TV, but just somebody else, like a mother or an uncle or a family member, could have bought it and just, it makes it look like he doesn't own it anymore, but he actually does own it. And then he gets to keep the money. With these celebrities, you just never flipping know. Seriously. But this man is facing 5 lawsuits, all about this allegations of, sexual misconduct. Diddy has been accused of sexual misconduct in 5 separate lawsuits filed in recent months. Allegations the star has repeatedly denied. It is unclear which allegations are included in this federal probe. Now, in November, of course, Cassie had her case, and it got settled in the quickest I've ever seen a case be settled. After Cassie's thing was settled, there was another one who came out. Joy Dickerson Neal filed a suit in New York accusing Diddy of drugging and forced intimacy, assaulting her in 1991. Good gosh, these are old. She also alleged she was a victim of revenge porn by the music star. Now you had, in December, an anonymous woman referred to as Jane Doe filed a federal lawsuit accusing Combs for trafficking. So this is the one for the trafficking. And then also includes a GR, where multiple people assaulted her in 2003 when she was only 17. That could be the one that triggered it. The trafficking. That could be it. And Cassie, of course. Those two are the only times I've heard trafficking mentioned. Now, in a court filing, Combs formally denied the allegations made in December's suit. He told the court the lawsuit should be dismissed because the woman's decision to wait more than 2 decades to file her complaint has prejudiced him because he has lost the ability to defend himself fully and fairly. He also argued the evidence may now be unavailable, lost, or even compromised, and that witness identification, availability, recollections, and everything, people's, being able to remember certain events are likely compromised due to a substantial, amount of damn time passing. Further, one of Combs' former employee, producer, and videographer, Rodney Lil Rod Jones, filed a lawsuit last month. Oh, like his lawsuit about Diddy caressing his buns and his anus. Like, I was like, how would a man get to your anus? How? Like, if you're sitting down, you must be, what are you, bent over? How is he get to your, how is he playing these kid games with your, I'm kind of lost on the whole, how this man's buns was played with. And it was played with repeatedly. And he did nothing about it. That is a little weirding me out. And he stayed working for this man. Look, all you got to do is touch me the wrong way one time and I'm out. But this man stayed for 1.5 years on payroll getting paid. Letting Diddy... I can't. I just can't. It's crazy. What do y'all think? Okay, so anyway, Lil Rod Jones filed a lawsuit last month accusing Combs of, forced intimacy, assault, and leading a widespread and dangerous criminal. There's the allegations, okay? So you have Cassie, you have that Dickerson woman, right? And now you have Lil Rod. So this is another trafficking situation. Again, he says that he was running a sex trafficking organization. Among other allegations, the suit was filed in federal court in New York's Southern District. Combs' attorney denied the allegations and claimed Jones is a liar and is lying. His reckless name dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen is nothing more than a transparent attempt to garner headlines. We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. And this was his other lawyer, Sean, saying this. So, Diddy got a whole bunch of lawyers on deck. So if Diddy has proof that these things didn't occur, well, he could beat that case. If he has this overwhelming, indisputable proof that he claims, then he might be able to beat that Lil Rod case. But that accusation Lil Rod says about his son, Diddy's son, Pow Pow, and his own friend, I don't know how that one's going to work. If he shows some type of evidence on that, that might be a game changer where his son might end up going to court. But from what the cops said and what has come out, what the cops are saying is that that incident didn't happen there at the studios. So, and the guy who was shot is missing. Nobody's heard from this dude. So he must have been paid off and is a ghost. Now, according to the suit, Gardner, you got another issue now. Additionally, in an amended complaint on March 12th, initially filed in New York in November, Liza Gardner accused Combs and singer Aaron Hall, I Miss You singer, of battery and once again forced intimacy assault in 1990. Damn, these are like 1990. That's a long time ago. According to the suit, Gardner and a friend met Combs and Hall at the time when he was in Guy at an event. Now, at a dinner afterwards, Aaron and Sean were very flirtatious and very handsy, touching on them with Gardner and her friend and offered them drinks throughout the night despite being underage, the suit states. Now, here's my thing. What your fast behinds doing at 16 and whatever, 15 or 16 years old? What the hell are you doing at a party? How'd you get into the event? How did you get into the event? If you was a minor, did you have fake ID? If you went to the event, you had to go past security. So who let you in? And in the 90s, didn't Sean Diddy Combs have his own private security with him? So what security was around him when and couldn't tell them allegedly them kids is like 16, 15 years old and tell Diddy, get them, you don't need to do anything with them. You need to get them up out of here. Matter of fact, why didn't they if they, security was around them, why didn't security get rid of these teenagers and kick them to the curb? What IDs did they use? Did they pretend to be 20-something years old? Because I remember Gloria Velez, who messed around with Aaron Hall when she was a minor, didn't tell Aaron Hall that she was underage until it was time for her to get a passport to go to a trip to Jamaica or one of them locations, and that's when she came clean. So I'm not, look, I am one person, like, when it comes to underage people, don't mess with underage people. It's disgusting. Like, anybody who does it, I think they should put the damn jail on top of them. But parents, where the flip are you that your kids are out going to anything that has a guy or a Diddy event in the 90s? Like 16 years old. And why is your fast behind drinking? So did you tell them that you were underage, or did you lie about your age? And that's why I'm like, I got too many questions, okay? For real, I got too many questions. Combs and Hall then invited the two to Aaron Hall's apartment for an after party, at which point Gardner was offered more drinks and was physically forced into having relations with Combs against her will. She was shocked and traumatized, the suit states, and she was getting dressed. Hall came into the room, pinned her down, and, she had to have relations with him too. She then got dressed and ran out the apartment, the suit states. The next day, an irate Combs came to the home where she and her friend were staying and began assaulting and choking her. Miss Gardner, to the point that she passed out. Wait, what? I gotta reread this, because are we literally saying that Sean Diddy Combs went to this young lady who's a minor house that she was staying with her friend, and assaulted her in that house? Where were the parents? Where was any family? And if Diddy choked you until you passed out, there would be marks on your neck. Why didn't you report it? How come your parents didn't see these marks on your neck? I mean, to choke a person to the point that they passing out, that's strangulation, right? There would be marks on her neck, bruises. Right? Wouldn't you be fighting back so you would have bruises and stuff on you and like that? Where was the friend when she was getting choked out till she passed out? Why did the friend call police? Why didn't the parents, when they saw that, the marks on her, why didn't they call the police? Why didn't she tell her parents anything so that they could file charges against Diddy? And Diddy could have been stopped years ago in the 90s. Y'all get what I'm saying, or nah? Y'all feel me on what I'm saying? Yes or no? Because, like, isn't that leaving you with a lot of questions too? Like, seriously? Okay. So, he went to her. How did he know where she lived? How did he know where she lived and the friend lived, or where the friend lived? So you would like, it seemed like there was a lot of information being talked about between Diddy and these girls to know where a person lives. Now we're having a lot of conversations. Y'all were really getting to know each other and stuff like that to know where a person lives. Like, okay. Okay, I'm just asking questions here, because is that making sense to y'all? To like if you just met a person, would you immediately tell them where you live? No. How did he know? I'm like, I'm just okay. It seemed like this was an established situation for people to know where addresses and where people live and all this and the other. But okay. CNN has reached out to Aaron Hall for comment, but he was like, he ain't got nothing to say, and he has not spoken to the public about nothing. Now, in December statement, Combs denied the claims in all the suits. Enough is enough. For the last couple of months, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of those awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for my truth. And I have to say this. I know these. I can't say these people are guilty because they have to go through. You're proven innocent until otherwise. You're innocent until proven otherwise. But it is hard for a black man to build a certain amount of wealth and not be destroyed in the end. Bill Cosby had a massive legacy. He was almost about to buy NBC, and look at what happened to him. He got destroyed. So if Bill Cosby can be destroyed, this is not surprising that Diddy is being destroyed. But all these allegations and all these things that's coming out about him, it's some evil stuff, boy. After reading the stuff that Miss Ventura said about him, I believe it too. I believe a lot of what she said was 100% true. I do. To be that evil and wicked, Diddy maybe Diddy deserves to be destroyed. I mean, not destroyed, but whatever process, whatever justice, comes from all of this, maybe he does deserve it. I'm not saying yes or no. I'm not saying he deserve it. I'm not saying the man guilty, because we got to wait until everything plays out. So now he got this. Several of the lawsuits allege that the misconduct was captured on video, and this is why they are searching Miami and Los Angeles, because so much of this has been alleged to be captured on video. The incident between Cassie and Diddy at one of the hotels, where he mashed up and broke up everything in the hotel room and put hands on her. Allegedly, he got the video for that. He took the video. He paid the hotel $50-something thousand for damages and grabbed the video as well. If he was smart, he got rid of that damn video. But if not, he has dug his grave and sealed his own fate. Now in Ventura's suit, she says Combs used his phone, laptop. Look, she told it all. And that's exactly what they went to go get. Those all them people that went up into his home, exactly the things that they listed they were looking for, exactly the things that Ventura, Cassie said that he used. They were going for his phones, they're going for laptops, they're going for tablets. That's exactly what she says has been used. Phone, laptop, and tablet to film their sexual interactions. In Dickerson's Neil suit, she alleged she was a victim of revenge porn, saying Combs filmed her assault and showed the video to others. And in Jones's suit, Lil Rod alleged he has hundreds of hours of footage and audio recordings of Mr. Combs, his staff, and his guests engaging in serious illegal activities. So, that's a lot. Then to top it off, how the hell did Cuba get up in this? And now, Cuba Gooding Jr., he has the same. He has had a history of putting hands on people. He is like the party animal that goes to a party and get drunk and then want to pull out his wang wang because he got that he wants to show off his wang wang to everybody and see who's gonna be interested on giving it a ride. He's one of those. He's one of them Copperfield on a butt allegedly, Copperfield on a boobie allegedly at a party without accent type of dude. Somebody you really don't want to be around in a party when you don't want to be touched. He's one of those. And now Cuba has been added as a co-defendant in Lil Rod's lawsuit against Diddy. Lil Rod has been added, y'all, to the lawsuit. Shout out to thank you for all 50 that's watching me on Twitter on X. Thank you for everybody who's watching me on YouTube. I appreciate it. Thank you for everybody who's watching me on Insta. I appreciate it. You said, Kimberly said, and his lawsuit was amended just today. Hey, Kim. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the love. I absolutely appreciate the love. Everybody who's watching on Twitter, on X, I appreciate the love. Thank you. So, yeah, Cuba has been added as well. Cuba got his own problems, and now he's wrapped up in Diddy's ish. Oscar winner Cuba Gooding Jr. has been named as a co-defendant in a lawsuit brought against embattled hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Now, the lawsuit, which was brought in February by Diddy's Love album producer, was amended Monday to list Gooding as a defendant, as well as to include a declaration from the former Motown Records chief executive, Ethiopian I don't know. This is one of them. Haba H. I'm just going to put that like that. About technical license agreements and to insert additional evidence to the RICO and sex trafficking section of the lawsuit. Jones' lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, confirmed today in an email to the Times. It's now 8:46. So anybody who's watching on Instagram, we got until 9 o'clock and then they'll click off. Instagram is only an hour. So I don't want to, I might not remember. I just want to say thank you to everybody on Insta who tuned in. Now, the second amended complaint was filed Monday, the same day the Homeland Security investigations conducted on Combs' home in Los Angeles and Miami. Federal agents conducted the search as part of an inquiry into the sex trafficking allegations involving the hip-hop mogul and entrepreneur, law enforcement sources say. But why is Cuba up in this mess? That's all I'm concerned with. Like, why is Cuba? Defendant Cuba Gooding Jr. was a relevant actor who has fallen from grace due to several forced intimacy assault lawsuits. Yeah, it's so sad because Cuba had such an amazing career. I mean, he has ruined it. He was one of my faves to watch in Jerry Maguire. Shadow Boxer was another one that he did with Monique. Excellent movie. I think that was by Lee Daniels. He's made a lot of good movies, and to see it just go all away with these allegations because he can't keep his damn hands to himself. That's sad. But, some people who have certain type of personalities, when they get money and they get drunk, that's their true self come out and they can't control themselves. Some people have to have a handler with them at all times. to keep them from not doing things. Like certain like movie companies keep handlers with their actors, with their like their money makers at all times. Even live with them sometimes or live nearby. You know, they're with them at parties. They're with them at events to prevent them from doing anything that could jeopardize the gravy flipping train stopping. Cuba at one point did have one of those handlers, but after a while, with his star power started to fade, his handler wasn't even necessary, and then eventually he started catching cases. Hollywood stopped caring. That's basically it. Hollywood stopped caring. And then there's other people that they could pick up on, like Michael B. Jordan. You know, he's that safe bet. And another one was, of course, Jonathan Majors. But look, Hollywood hid his problems for years. Jonathan was they were talking ish about Jonathan Majors for years about him being abusive towards women. Years. And Hollywood hid it because he was that next it star. Now that this situation popped off the way it is and the girls suing him and taking him to court, Hollywood is halfway done with this man. They really is. And if the lawsuit goes the wrong way between him and Grace, it's a wrap. Now, let's get back on to Cuba, who ruined his whole damn kind of career. Defendant Cuba was relevant actor. He was. Okay, so what in which way? The complaint, which was obtained Tuesday by the Times, in it, Blackburn noted that his client, a Chicago-born producer who produced 9 songs on Diddy's 2023 album, believed Combs was grooming him to pass him off to his friends. I mean, there's so many people that are actually down for the get down. Why try to get people who aren't down for the get down? It just makes no sense. It's just better to go in the hills and the valleys that you know. Like, why mess around with people that are so much of a risk factor that could destroy your career? But it is what it is. These rich people think they're above everything. And that fear became reality when Combs introduced him to Gooden on his yacht in January 2023. Now, hold the flip up. I don't know about you, but as long as you've known Cuba Gooding Jr. and these rumors about Cuba, the one thing you could never say Cuba was bisexual or gay. Okay? Like, I would never believe for anything that Cuba got down with to get down like that. And was looking for some Lil Rod. I thought he was looking more for Becky than anything. Didn't you always think that like Cuba didn't like black girls and he only liked Becky's and Karen's and like, you know, like Elizabeth, like those type of people, but he was going to get down with a Lil Rod? I don't know. Y'all be honest, okay? Do you really believe that he messed around with this Lil Rod dude, or that Cuba got down like that? Like Cuba's actually gay? Okay, I think Lil Rod might be telling a fib on this one. I think he is. I think he might be. But here it is. Let's continue on. Lil Rod accuses Gooden of fondling his legs, upper inner thigh near his groin, the small of his back near his buttocks, and his shoulders, which made the producer extremely uncomfortable. Let me just say this. You only got one time to touch me on my kneecap to get me to get the hell up. I mean, yes or no? I mean, any of the people that's up in the room, like let's keep it real. Hey, it's good to see you. I'm back. Instagram was about to shut off. Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm sorry. Instagram is only an hour. They haven't changed it yet. So I appreciate you for tuning in on Instagram. Thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, do you really like, are you believing this? Yes or no? Like, if somebody touches you inappropriately on your knee or your upper leg or something, or even on your back, and you get that uncomfortable shiver down your spine, ain't you gonna get up and get away from that person immediately? Why would you let that person continue to grope on you all like that when you didn't want it? And you're a man. And I mean, I don't want to, maybe I don't want to do this double standard, but you're a man. If you don't want it, get your ass up. You was around this man for a year. Break your contract. Say, look, Sean, Diddy, whoever you is, you can't respect my limits. And you haven't been respecting my limits since I got with you. And been producing working on you on this, with this album. And I'm done. Find another producer that will put up with the crap that you are trying to have me put up with and try and groom me to sleep with your friends, your male friends. I'm not gay. I'm not bi. I'm 100% strictly kitty cat. I don't get down like that. I'm out. Go to the police. File a lawsuit. Do any of those things. He did nothing. He continued to work with them. He continued to live with them. Why are you living? Like, I don't even, like, honestly, once you grope on me or do something, I'm not living with you. I'm not going to put myself in harm's way. You don't see this man allegedly with his son, pow somebody, drag the body out, and you still working with this man? What? Are we serious? And look, Cassie, another one. She stayed with that man off and on for how many goddamn years? Wasn't Ryan Leslie the first person that was messing with her? That they were boyfriend and girlfriend, and she just left him kindly, high and dry, left him and got with Diddy? And you could have told Ryan Leslie, look, this mother is too much for me. I'm scared. Get me out of this situation. Do something. Nothing. 10 years? 15 years you was with this person? What? Is it really that bad? I don't know. Y'all give me y'all opinions and tell me what y'all think. Okay? Seriously. Let me see. I need to make sure I mute myself. But yeah. I don't know. Can I actually listen to myself on Twitter? I was, so it's I could read your comments if y'all got any comments in there. But I don't know. Anyway. That's just my opinion. Let me see if I can. Okay. So yeah. That's just my opinion. Okay? That, like, why stay for that long? Stay for 10 years with a man who's leave him. You're in the music industry. You're in public. Leave this damn man. Leave him. But you're on red carpets. You're going to the Met Gala with this man. You're dressing up in matching clothes. You're on Instagram. You're on this. You're doing that. You're making music. You're doing all kinds of... Leave this man. Leave him alone. The same thing with Lil Rod. Leave him. But y'all stayed. Y'all got paid. Y'all got paid. Y'all got fame. Y'all got what y'all wanted out the situation. He done moved on. It's years later, and now y'all, ciao. Okay. Just my opinion. Okay. So representatives for Cuba Gooding did not immediately respond to requests. Now, Gooding, 56, who has separately pleaded guilty to forcible touching and settled a forced intimacy act without permission lawsuit just last year. Oh, that's not looking good. Was mentioned in Jones' initial lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York, with Jones alleging that he was sexually harassed and assaulted by the Jerry Maguire star. The American Horror Story actor joined a list of co-defendants in the $30 million lawsuit that includes Combs, his son Justin Dior Combs, Universal MG Group, Chief Executive Lucian, UMG, former Motown executive, Motown Records, Love Records, Global Enterprise, ABC Corporation, Diddy's Chief of Staff, Christina KK, and several Johns and James Does. The network Okay, I don't know how long my mic's been off, y'all. Okay, so y'all gonna have to help me here and tell me how long my mic been off. I am so sorry, y'all, that the mic has been off. I'm absolutely so sorry. Okay, 53 people watching on X. I don't know how long the mic been off, but all right, let's get into this little bit of tea. So let me see, where did I leave off at? Okay, so this is some crazy-ish. I don't know where I left off. I don't know, but I'm hoping. So Cuba 56 was separately pleaded guilty. So I don't know. Did y'all hear me talking about Cuba? Yes or no? I don't know where we left off because of everything. I don't know how long I was muted. Jeez. Okay, so Gooden 56, who has separately pleaded guilty to forcible touching and settled a forced lawsuit last year, was mentioned in Jones' initial lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York, with Jones alleging that he was, assaulted, harassed by the Jerry Maguire star. The American Horror Story actor joins a list of co-defendants in a $30 million lawsuit. This includes Sean Diddy Combs, his son Justin Dior Combs, Universal Music Group, UMG, former Motown Records executive, Motown Records, Love Records, Combs Global Enterprises, ABC Corporation, Diddy's chief of staff, Christina, and several John Does and Jane Does. That network of alleged involvement, Jones says, amounts to a violation of the Racketeering, Influence, and Corruption Organization Act, RICO. Now, in a 105-page complaint, Blackburn said that Jones' life has completely changed and has been impacted ever since he agreed to produce the album. In August of 2022. Jones alleged that he was under an implied work for hire agreement with Combs, and lived with the recording giant for months at a time in Combs' home in Los Angeles, New York City, and Miami, as well as several weeks on a yacht rented by Combs in the Virgin Islands. Now, Jones, describing himself as a heterosexual Christian man, alleged in the lawsuit that he was the victim of constant, unsolicited, and unauthorized groping and touching of his anus by Mr. Combs. And I'm trying to figure out, if you sitting on your ass, handling the boards, producing beats, how is he getting to your bun cheeks? I need somebody to tell me, how is he getting to the bun cheeks? If you sitting down, the only way it's possible to get to the bun cheeks is if you download. Okay. So the one from Instagram's done. Okay. How is he getting to the bun cheeks? That's all I want to know. If you sitting down managing the boards, he can't get to your butt. So you got to be bent over for a person to get all the way in between your cheeks. They literally have to spread cheeks to get to that, to the Milky Way. And to top it off, they're saying that the uncomfortable advances that Diddy did made it feel like Diddy was Jeff Epstein and the girl was the Maxwell girl. Now, multi-instrumentalist Jones says that he had secured irrefutable evidence of illicit activities, including Combs providing laced alcohol beverages to minors. Now, here's my thing. You are just as guilty if you're going to sit there and record while you see this man, a grown behind man, giving minors drinks that you know are laced and you did nothing about it. Is that what you're trying to tell me? I mean, is that really what they're trying to tell me? Yes or no? You just sat there and you watched and you recorded it? Wait, what? Is there any rules about a man recording a minor getting drunk? Ugh, this just sounds all the way creepy to me. So he recorded and watched as Sean Diddy Combs gave out laced alcohol beverages to minors and S workers. So you watched women and girls be drugged and you did nothing about it. Nothing. And the rapper also, he was a witness to the use and distribution of pills, ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms, as well as displaying and distribution of unauthorized illegal firearms. So you're just saying he is the cocaine cowboy. He is the Griselda Blanco. He is the Pablo Escobar without the whole, wild, wild west of shootings of the East Coast and Miami Coast and Los Angeles Coast. Is this what you're trying to say? He also alleged that Combs gave him strict instructions to inform the police that Combs had nothing to do with a pow-pow at the recording studio in Los Angeles on September 12, 2022. Jones also alleged that he was assaulted again by a cousin or assistant of rapper Yo Miami. Wow. So you was just passed around like a Lucy cigarette, huh? Who has dated Diddy and claimed that he obtained footage of a rapper and an R&B singer. So who is the R&B singer? Who do you think is the R&B singer and who do you think is the rapper messing around with S workers and these underage girls allegedly? Because now this is throwing an R&B singer under the bus and a rapper underneath the bus as well as well as Carisha's cousin or assistant. But then you want to throw in Prince Harry too. Like Harry ain't got enough problems with the royals over there in England. Harry was also mentioned in the complaint as he had been when it was originally filed last month. Although no allegations of wrongdoing on his part was made, the prince was referred to in a section about why Grange ignored the numerous red flags about Mr. Combs to receive financial benefits from Mr. Combs and his S trafficking venture. S abuse and S trafficking claims have dogged Combs over the past year, beginning with a November lawsuit that was done by his ex-girlfriend that was settled. Now, before Cassie's venture lawsuit was filed, Mr. Combs was a popular, highly influential figure in the music industry to whom everyone wanted to be connected to. Now, nobody wants to know that mother flipper's name. Mr. Combs was known for throwing the best parties. He was great to do business with. He knew athletes, celebrities, political figures, musicians, international dignitaries like the British royals and everything. Now, Grange, the complaint said, knew firsthand the power, influence, and effect attaching themselves to Mr. Combs would have on their bottom line. And as evidenced by their repeated general business partnership agreements, profited from their affiliation with Mr. Combs and their general business partnership, which came with unmonitored financials that may have supported his trafficking enterprise. Now, in a Tuesday statement to the Times, an attorney for Universal Music Group and Grange characterized Jones' complaint as offensively reckless and said Grange has been basically dragged into this matter despite having no knowledge of nor any involvement in any of Mr. Combs' alleged conduct. Further, after we advised plaintiff counsel of the offensive falsity of absurd claims instead of dismissing the claims as they should have been done, the plaintiff has now attempted to amend his claims against Sir Lucian, removing the original set of outrageous falsehoods related to Sir Lucian, replacing them with a wholly contradictory new falsehoods that are equally absurd, which is not a good sign, because now it's showing a sign that you're lying about some ish. If you're removing stuff and this and the other, that's kind of making it look like you lying. Not only will we demonstrate the offensive falsities of these claims, but we will seek recovery of every penny of costs and damage caused by their assertion. So he might end up getting mother flipping sued. That's basically what it's saying. He might end up getting sued. Now, Diddy has sold his company, y'all. Sean Diddy Combs has reportedly agreed to a deal to sell his stake in Revolt TV after stepping down from his role as chairman in November. Now, this is according to TMZ, of course, that Combs sold his remaining shares of Revolt to an anonymous buyer. The report notes that the company will remain Black-owned. Financial terms of the deal were not disclosed. Revolt TV's new owner is reported to be keeping their identity hidden for the next few weeks, but will eventually have a formal introduction as the head of media company at a later date. The deal was reportedly finalized this week. Revolt's current CEO, Samuels, and Chief Brand Officer, Deon Graham, will remain in their roles for the time being. It's kind of sad because everybody likes Revolt. It's sad how things are starting to play out for this guy. And the crazy thing is, guess who's in the news today? Clive Davis on new artists like Bad Bunny, Music Essentials, and Whitney Houston. So Clive is doing quite well still because he's being talked about. I mean, he's still talking. He's still running things. Interesting man. Very interesting man indeed. Okay. So Clive is out here while Diddy is getting dragged to hell in shreds. He's talking about, there's a new crop of artists out here that I can just sink my teeth into. A conversation with Clive Davis might include talking about meeting John Lennon and Yoko Ono for the first time when the couple was in New York deciding to move to the Dakota building. Or he might casually mention he's planning to escort Alicia Keys to the opening night of her Broadway musical, Hell's Kitchen. Perhaps you'll even learn that the now tight friendship between Brandy and Jody Mitchell was brokered by Davis when he granted Carlisle request to sit next to the folk pop legend at his famed pre-Grammy Gala in 2019. The record producer, executive responsible for mining and signing some of the greatest talents in music, Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, Barry Manilow, Jennifer Hudson, Earth, Wind & Fire, are but a few, turns 92 years old in early April and still knows exactly how to hear the music. Now, during a recent conversation in his bright bungalow at the Beverly Hills Hotel, Davis chatted about some of the essentials of the music industry he inhabited for nearly 60 years. So while Diddy, one of his mentees, prodigies that he mentored, is being burned to the stake, He's out here living my best life. Yeah. David said he doesn't know life any other way than the one that has made him one of music's undisputed godfathers. His loyalty to his artists is also as legendary as his reputation, and Davis notes that his relationship extended beyond merely signing these stars to these record deals. In some cases, clearly, with Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, and Barry Manilow, I was their creative collaborator as well. I was coming up with the material that they would record. Barry to this day thinks of himself only as a writer and arranger, so we made a deal after Mandy went #1 that I would get to provide 2 songs on every album. With Dionne Warwick, I brought her back as she was leaving the business and said, I'm not letting you do that. She won 2 Grammys that year in 1980, and she and I have had an enduring relationship. Now, Dionne Warwick is very good friends, of course, with, the Houstons. And that friendship is still remained to this day. If these, look, I'm going to put it this way. Is Clive responsible for certain things? Yes, he is. He's 100% responsible for certain things. Yes, he is. But let me tell you, that man was musically in love, musically head over heels in love with Whitney Houston. I don't think there was anything even if this woman lost her voice, which she did, and she really didn't have that much of a voice to, even though she, I'm like, look, I'm being honest with y'all. The woman allegedly had, she had surgery on that throat. Allegedly. Y'all heard her sing towards her end, and y'all knew that woman did not have that voice to do those songs. And that song, Will Always Love You. She couldn't belt it out like she used to. Y'all might hate me for saying this. And I'm going to say this to my very end, that if Clive Davis was responsible for Whitney's passing, Bobby Brown, Dionne Warwick, and a few other people would have burnt this music industry to the ground. Bobby Brown ain't the one of the two that you want to play with. He might not have that Hollywood power and this, that, and the other, but he hood. And he will always love Whitney, to his dying day. That man is still destroyed over Whitney Houston. Still destroyed behind her passing. If Clive Davis was responsible, I guarantee you Bobby would have been accused of going up there and choking the crap out of Clive, or try to attempt to choke the crap out of Clive, along with Dionne Warwick and a couple other people. That man invested millions of dollars for this big comeback. Whitney was supposed to be doing her comeback. The party, all that stuff was to talk about her comeback, her album, her touring, all of this. This was supposed to be her grande entrance back. He put out millions. And he lost millions. That man didn't have nothing to do with Whitney's passing. Now, to say that he didn't have anything to do with other people's passing, that's a whole different story now. Now, the hands might not be clean on that. But come to Whitney, hands is clean. That's the only thing I could give Clive at this point. The only thing I'll always stand on, I'll stand on that. I'll stand 10 toes on that one. He ain't responsible for that. He's responsible for a lot of other people's situation, but not that. Whitney's ass was under too much pressure. There's interviews. Go look at it. There's interviews of Whitney's girlfriend at the time, talking about how much pressure Whitney was under. Can you imagine what pressure she was under trying to, make a comeback, basically energize her career when she has partied and had all the years of drugs have done damage to the vocal cords, and the chances of it coming back was not that high? Y'all gonna get mad at me. Y'all gonna be mad at me for saying this. Y'all might be mad for me saying this, but it might have been best that she went out when she went out, because you know what? It would have been even worse for her to try to make this comeback, and she go out there and y'all boo her and drag her and call her has-been and this, that, and the other. It was better for her to go out the way she went out. Yep. She went out reasonably on top, because y'all were making fun of her then, talking about how her legs look all thin. I could see every note that she's singing because she's so thin. The drugs is wearing that woman out. She is fighting to get them notes out. She couldn't do what she used to do. So it's better, it was just better for her to go away when she went. Yep. Now, when the Christina situation, that's a totally different story now. Now, Christina, Nick said, with that situation right there, Nick said that men busted into that, and how to come that interview and how come all of that got scrubbed off the internet? That he said that he remembers, or he saw a bunch of men bust into the place that him and Christina shared, and they went upstairs, and a couple people were preventing him from going upstairs. And he could hear Christina struggling with people upstairs, and a struggle, yelling, all kinds of things. And then they rushed out and left. And when he got up there, she, looked the way she did, and he ended up having to call the police. And yeah. So that got scrubbed. If that's something y'all need to really think about. What, where did that go? Oh, but anyway. Okay, so Clive over here is reminiscing. He's over here reminiscing, talking about that Clive Davis is well taken care of, because Davis splits his time among Miami, Beverly Hills, and New York, where the Brooklyn native lives most of his time, and his zest for music and his complexities of the business side of the industry hasn't waned. At least twice a week, Davis can be found at his office at Sony Music in Miami, where he still has a staff and is well taken care of. It's not a matter of that I still want to be a part of the industry. I just am. And I wouldn't change it for anything. Keyword. You gotta listen to what isn't being said. Let's repeat that. It's not a matter of that I still want to be a part of the industry. I just am. Because he is the industry. And I wouldn't change it for anything. He still has that power. He still has that power. And now he's talking about the new generation that he will oversee. There are 3 genres of music that are healthier than they ever been. And that is hip hop, country, and Spanish language genre of music, with Bad Bunny, Carol G. But I still miss, here we go, I still miss the great voice. I want to make sure the new Whitney, Aretha, Jennifer Hudson will have a place in our culture because it's unique and rewarding. He is going to forever be hooked on Whitney and Aretha and them Jennifers and them Brandy types. He is going to forever be hooked on that because that's his love. Davis acknowledges that because the public expects music to be free, the industry endured challenges both financially and artistically in the early part of the century. But since the streaming revolution has been solidified, he's optimistic. From an overall perspective, music is healthy again. And he is going to continue to reign supreme. Well, he's 92. Long live the king. But it looks like the king of New York, Diddy, is no more. It looks like he has had a complete fall from grace. He got so many allegations against him. It's ridiculous. Whew. Oh, man. So I've been on here for an hour and 29 minutes, y'all. I want to thank every last one of y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. I really do. Thank you, one who cares. And thank you, everyone who tuned in. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. I do. I really do appreciate every last one of y'all for tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. Over 1,023 views on X. Okay, hey. That's amazing, y'all. Okay, look at that. I'll tell you, it's exceptionally good today. I miss Auntie Wendy so much. Y'all, I love you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everybody who tuned in. And you know what? I might just start doing broadcasts from X from now on instead of even doing a broadcast from YouTube. Look at this. Look at 1,000. Unbelievable. 1,200 and dang. Okay, I'm looking at the other impressions. Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all showed out, huh? I love y'all all for it. I appreciate it. But on that note, Diddy, you messed up. You done ruined your whole entire career, Diddy. It's a wrap. You gonna be his career is done. It's a damn shame. I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to do a poll and find out. I might do a poll on X and I might do a poll on YouTube. Do you think that Diddy will end up in jail? Yes or no? Do you think Diddy will end up in jail behind this? Yes or no? Y'all could comment on X. Do y'all think Diddy will end up in jail? Yes or no? And I'm going to do a poll on YouTube on whether or not he will end up serving time or will he just end up, paying out some money. And is the reason why he's selling all his businesses and everything like that, is it because, with a RICO, they could snatch your business or your company, so it's better to just sell it off now so you could just get your money? Is that what he's doing? I don't know. All right. On that note, I'm out. I'm tired. I've been chatting for an hour and 30-something minutes, and, I want to make me some ginger tea and stuff and relax and watch a good movie or something like that. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, okay? I'll be back. Love you. I'll see y'all soon. Goodbye.
What happened if I took a chance? It's always